What is going on, everybody? We are going to try a review video today. And what better car to review than my car, my 4Runner, my 2007 4Runner. Now, the reason that I bought a 4Runner, and at the time that I bought this thing, I was considering a bunch of different stuff. Mustang, GTO, a Camaro, an F-150, a Hummer, a Chevy 1500, a GMC 1500, a Tundra, a Frontier, an Xterra, a Titan, a Challenger, a Camaro, a Firebird, 350Z, a 370Z. Yeah, I think that's it. A whole bunch of different stuff. But basically what it came down to is the 4Runner fit the bill on enough fronts that it ended up being the right car for me. Now this is gonna be a quick video. I've never done a review video before, so we're gonna try, we're gonna see how it goes, we're gonna try and see how it goes. But anyway, let's get into this review real quick. Let's see what I think, what I like, what I don't like. I've only owned it for a week, so I'm still pretty fresh to the whole 4Runner lifestyle. Let's do this. So if you don't know the super nerdy information about the Toyota 4Runner, it started in production in 1984 and at the time was basically a pickup truck with a couple extra body panels. And at the time, the Toyota pickup it was based on was called the Hilux. So in Japan, they were calling the 4Runner the Hilux Surf. Now the Hilux Surf continued in production until 2005 when they essentially just changed the name. So in Toyota, you can still buy a 4Runner, it just goes by a different name other than Hilux Surf. Obviously in America, it's known and has always been known as the 4Runner. The 4Runner's built up quite a cult following. If you get on Facebook or any of the other forums, you'll notice that a lot of people that own 4Runners tend to own these things for a really long time, and I'm starting to figure out why. I've only had mine for a week, and I really dig it. I'm starting to see all the potential that it has for mods. I love how capable it is, I love how comfortable it is, and it was also the 4Runner has consistently been ranked as one of the top 10 most reliable vehicles, just based off things like Consumer Reports, reviews, and all that other jazz. So if you wanted a fourth gen 4Runner like this, what could you expect to pay? Well, the cheapest one that I test drove before I bought this one was about 8,500 bucks. It was a little bit rougher than this and had a few more miles on it. I think it was like 134,000. But you can pay all the way up to 14,000, 15,000 for a clean example. Now, like I said, these came with two different engines. You could get a 4-liter V6 or you could get the 4.7-liter V8. Obviously, the 4-liter V6 is going to be a little bit cheaper. And most 4Runners weren't actually full-time all-wheel drive. They were selectable all-wheel drive or selectable 4-wheel drive. I wasn't necessarily looking for full-time all-wheel drive, but again, the gas mileage difference is kind of negligible. Same thing with the V8. I don't really think I'm losing that much gas mileage by having the V8 over the V6. So for me, it was all worth it, and I'm not mad that I don't have to put it in 4-wheel drive should the need arise that I would want it. So as far as what you can expect to pay, I would say do your homework, shop around. One owner examples like this are honestly getting kind of rare. I paid a lot less than the truck was worth. My loan officer told me that this truck books NADA, whatever that's worth to you, but NADA says that it's worth $17,400. Just in case I go to sell it someday, I'm not gonna say exactly how much I paid for it, but I paid well under 13 grand for the truck. So I was just lucky, but as far as finding these, I would say anything in the 10 to 12 range is probably reasonable if you're okay with 100,000 miles or more. But again, do your homework. 4Runners have a really loyal following, so if you look hard enough, you'll find one that has been well taken care of, probably a 1-owner, maybe a 2-owner. The only downside to buying a 4Runner is that they sell quickly. Usually you're gonna have 24 to 72 hours to make a decision on a truck, and then it's gone. That happened to me on 2 or 3 different occasions when I went to look at 4Runners. I would make an appointment to go see it, and by the time I got there, it was just gone. So let's go over what I do like about the car. So this is the limited 4-wheel drive version, which means it has the V8. Let's pop the hood. So this is the 4.7 liter iForce V8, 260 horsepower, 306 foot-pounds of torque. Now, I knew going into it in a 4x4 V8 body on frame SUV, I knew I wasn't gonna get great gas mileage. That's kind of a given. But so far, hand calculated, not like truck telling me this, hand calculated, I'm getting 17.5 miles to the gallon average. And there's a little bit of city driving in there, so I'm totally cool with that. I'm totally not upset about that. probably getting maybe 19 on the highway, but 17.5 overall. Can't complain about that. So far there's been 5 gens of 4Runner, and this one's a 4th gen. Now with the 4th gens, you had a few options. You could get a 4-liter V6 or you could get the 4.7-liter V8. So far, I'll totally take the V8 over the V6. I don't really think I would be sacrificing that much gas mileage to the V6. As far as the interior goes, really happy with the interior. This was so this was a one-owner car. Same family had it since 2007. Had 104,000 miles on it when I bought it, which is super awesome. It's never had any body work done, never any accidents, no major anything ever. There is a rip on the driver's seat. There's a rip on the driver's seat, which is enough to bother me, so that will be getting fixed. But as far as the interior goes, I mean, there's plenty of shelf space, whatever that's for. There's cubbies everywhere. There's a 115 volt plug-in, which is that right there, and that is actually in the glove box right there, so if you needed a traditional wall outlet, you have it. Yeah, I mean, there's just storage everywhere. This one has beige. Beige is not my favorite color, but it is what it is, and I think it looks good, so we'll take the beige interior. Again, one owner, one family since new. It's been really well taken care of. This review is not meant to be a low light test of my camera, so if you can't see some of the stuff on the inside, that's on me. Just comment below and tell me to get a better camera. As far as the hatch space goes on the 4Runner, it's really good. You can see I've got plenty of room. I'm trying to keep this thing clean so there's not a lot of junk in there. Full disclosure, there is a 3rd row. So right where you see those 2 runners right there, that's actually 3rd row seating. I don't have kids, I'll never have kids. So I took the back seats out, they're actually in storage right now. But if you wanted to, you could have 3rd row seating. Overall, I think the car looks really good. The black on the aluminum colored wheels, I think looks great. Car's in really good shape. I can't complain. Now it's pretty clear that I like the car, but what's my favorite feature? What's the one thing that really gets at my heart? Well, you wanna know what gets at my heart? This. So right here on the key fob, hope you can see this, you've got a little window button right here. Now, if you press and hold this button, I'm a nerd, I get that. Watch. Isn't that the best? If you ask me what the one thing is that I don't like about the 4Runner so far, is that you can't roll the window back up with the same button. Other than that, totally good with this car. Once again, thanks for watching. If you don't already, please hit that subscribe button down below. If you want to follow me on Instagram, I am BigFastJake on Instagram, one word. If you want to listen to my podcast, it is the Blown Smoke Podcast on iTunes and Google Play Music. We'll see you on Sunday for the Sunday Sit Down. Peace.